What's going on, Leo? It's Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct once again. This is going to be your bonus reading for the month of December, but it could match any time whenever you are watching this, so I don't want to kind of tie you into a certain time. But yeah, I'm doing bonus readings for all of the signs this month, just to show my appreciation for you guys and just to have more content coming on my channel because I did take a little bit of a break. So thank you for tuning in. This is going to be a general reading and it may not resonate with everyone that watches, but if it does resonate with you, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, comment on the channel. That always helps out. If it does not resonate, you can always check out your rising or moon sign or one of the previous readings that I did for Leo. All right, we're going to be checking out your present energy first right here in the middle. This will be your main storyline. Also, after that, we're going to be checking out your futuristic energy like we always do it. And this will also be your supporting details on the left side. After that, we're wrapping it up with your fairy card. You guys have the King of Spring. If you don't follow me on IG already, you should follow me at Chris Anthony 14LBS, Chris Anthony 14 pounds. And then if you're looking for a personal reading, I do have those open for December. You can email me about that. All that info will be in the description of the video. All right, let's get it popping, Leo. All right, so crowning your reading, we do have the Knight of Wands, and it's clarified by the Eight of Swords. So I do feel like there is some movement that's happening. You guys are coming through as the Knight of Wands, you know, somebody who is charging forward somewhere, charging forward into new territory, passionately creating movement. I think this is coming after a time, though, where maybe you felt like you were stuck, you know, somehow, or feeling kind of stuck in your mind or stuck or constrained by your environment in some type of way. The Eight of Swords here does talk about a type of constraining or restrictive energy. A lot of times when we get stuck in our mind or we overanalyze or overthink, you know, or can't figure out exactly what's happening with our logical process, it can leave us feeling like we're stuck. Usually that does happen when it's not enough clarity that's in the situation, or you don't have all the information coming to you. But I do feel like with you showing up as the Knight of Wands here, there is a movement from out of that energy, a movement that is pushing you forward in some type of way. And I think in the last Leo reading, we did talk about some type of momentum happening in some sort of way. So I do feel like you're escaping this prison of the mind, coming out of these restraints, you know, getting out of this kind of stuck energy and releasing yourself to kind of like ride freely, to flow with the universe, to trust the universe a little bit more. I think you have gotten a different type of insight with this Knight of Wands energy that's helping you to continue to move forward in life, continue to move forward on your path towards your goals, you know, towards your achievements and your manifestations that you do visualize for yourself. All right. Right underneath that, we do have the Magician card clarified by the Eight of Cups. So yeah, there is something that you're beginning to manifest, right? And I feel like I said, once again, the Eight of Cups is here. This is after you're choosing to walk away from something. So you could be walking away from a certain environment, from a person, from a relationship, from some people, or this could just be you walking away from a mentality, right? Because the Magician is here and he is kind of like a solver. He is kind of like a mad scientist. He is the alchemist, right? So you're choosing to kind of create alchemy out of your situation. You're choosing to transmute some energy that maybe you felt stuck in for a while or you didn't know the solution to, right? You're choosing to transcend that energy and maybe walk away from this stuck energy thinking that nothing is possible or you can't manifest anything or only bad things are happening in some type of way, into this Magician energy, which is very active, very much so experimenting with energy, right? Very much so tapping into that manifestation space and your manifestation powers, using all of the tools available to you because the Magician has everything here. The cups, the pentacles, the swords, and the wands to create this type of these ingredients, right? To really bring about change, to really bring about movement, to really bring about expansion in some type of way. So I feel like you're walking away from the older energy into this Magician energy, right? In order to change your environment or change the way that you're viewing the environment to bring about a certain desired lifestyle, is what I'm feeling. So, with the Magician energy and the Knight of Wands, both walking away from these eights, right? The Eight of Swords and the Eight of Cups, I feel like this is like some newer energy that's coming in for you after you may have felt stuck in a certain energy or stuck in investing in a certain emotional situation, because the Eight of Cups does speak to an emotional investment where you put a lot of energy into it. You invested your time, you invested your emotions, right? You invested a lot of what you had to give into a situation, but you see that it no longer can grow. It no longer is something that you want to continue to invest in. So the Eight of Cups usually talks about us walking away from that. And I feel like the moment that you're walking away, you're tapping into your magician energy, because you have the energy in order to create now. You have that energy that you're taking from that older situation or that older way of thinking to pour into your creation, to pour into what it is that you want to manifest. And I know, Leo, you guys definitely have some things in the work, right? The Lion, right? You guys definitely are fired up, passionate about something, and if you've been putting it off or choosing to delay it because you've been investing in something that doesn't quite serve you, then I feel like you're coming back with a vengeance. You're coming back with that power, with that fire to really create some abundance inside of your life, you know, to really change your environment. And that's what I'm feeling like. Some of you guys are definitely tapping into manipulating your environment or co-creating what it is that you want. Manipulating in a good way, not the bad one. Where you're shifting things around, you're shifting your perspective, you're changing the way you do some things. You're kind of tapping into these algorithms and these patterns and understanding that if you make this change here or tweak this over here, then you're able to have a desired effect, right? Steve Jobs talked about this in a real old interview around the time when I think he was first starting up Apple, and he was talking about early on in life how he figured out that if he poked, the one side of his environment, or pushed one side of something, then it would have an effect on the other side of it. And he kind of was talking about how he could shape his own reality, right? By kind of making a change on one end that would affect the other end. And this is what the Magician card is talking about, that cause and effect, that universal law. Um, that is causality, right? If I do this, then this happens. If I do that, then this will happen. And I feel like you're really tapping into this universal law, this kind of duality effect. And you're starting to understand some things, that you do have the power within your reality to change some things that maybe, you didn't think you could when you were stuck inside of the Eight of Swords space. So I feel like for you guys, this could be a very, very much so a change in the way that you're thinking, or a change or shift in perspective, almost like a paradigm shift. And you're walking away from the belief that you can't create your own reality, or you can't manifest what it is that you want. You're walking away from those limiting beliefs, those restraining belief systems, right? That make us believe that, you have to do this just to get that. Like, you're no longer choosing to believe in it. And you're really about to start to manifest some things into your reality that you thought you could not do, even if it was only on a subconscious level, right? Maybe your subconscious belief system was the thing that was keeping you, holding you back from bringing something into fruition. But now it's even a change that's happening there. Right below that, we do have the Nine of Pentacles, clarified by the Death card. And when I was looking at this card, I really was seeing a perspective change. Somebody who's really starting to tap into their own belief system and not really continue to carry the belief systems of their society, or the belief systems of their family, or how they were raised, or their teachers, their schooling, their environment that they grew up in. somebody that's adopting their own internal belief system to create a certain desired effect in their life. And a lot of times this is what we have to do. Even inside of the spiritual community, like, I don't feel that there are any like set rules when it comes down to your own philosophy. True spirituality is about you adopting your own philosophy in life through your own experiences, through your own inner wisdom, and through the knowing that you channel, right? And I feel like a lot of you Leos are tapping into this energy, your own life philosophy, your own perspective at looking at life, what you feel is possible, right? Even when other people, say that this is impossible. And this is where the transformation is taking place. This is where the rebirth is taking place. For a lot of you guys, you're really tapping into your inner resources, really starting to see how much power you have and just how much information or resources you have to really work with. I feel like the blindfold is coming off when it comes down to a level of consciousness and awareness. And you're starting to become aware of some things that could have been hidden or could have been blocked by a certain belief system. And so you went through this whole process of transformation, a whole death and a rebirth. And now you're coming out as this 9 of Pentacle energy, right? Really standing in your truth, really standing in your power, really flourishing in your creativity and your ability to, change your environment, plant certain seeds, manifest certain things. Yeah, so a lot of you guys, this is definitely, I feel like, a shift in your lifestyle. You're seeing that if you make certain changes to your lifestyle, that it creates a certain lifestyle. It has a certain effect, right? And so, yeah, some things are really being revealed to you around this time, Leo, is what I'm feeling. The second half of December, going into the new year, you're really revamping, retweaking some things, like really practicing almost like feng shui, I think that's what it's called, on your whole entire life. So this could have to do with you moving furniture around and moving things around to let the energetic, flow be a little bit smoother in your household. But I feel like you're doing that in your life, changing certain aspects of what you do every day, changing aspects of how you think and how you perceive. This is really a deep internal work that I'm really seeing that maybe you guys have been doing for a while, and now you're really starting to see some of the byproducts of it, some of the results. And you are very much so further along than when you started to make these changes. You're really seeing it come to a certain maturation, is what I feel. All right. Back over here, we do have the Page of Swords, and it's clarified by the Six of Wands. So with the Page of Sword energy, this definitely could be talking about some messages coming in, somebody wanting to deliver a message to you. It could be an air sign. Somebody could be like recognizing these movements that you're making, or recognizing you moving away from them, moving away from a certain environment, or your perspective just really shifting. And this could be somebody kind of like tuning in and noticing that you're making these changes, because the Six of Wands does talk about recognition, and it does talk about a certain graduation and a leveling up and a spiritual promotion, and the universe recognizing that you have made a certain shift in perspective. And so you are victorious in this matter. Whatever it is that you're walking away from, or you're releasing yourself from, you are being recognized as the victor, as someone who has overcame something that was kind of placed upon them, and you chose to break out of it instead of staying stuck in it. So someone could be noticing this. Definitely somebody could be even commenting on it, possibly in your surrounding. But this is a page, if this is a person, so possibly they could be doing it immaturely in a certain way. But you have kind of rose above this lower vibration, or this more immature energy, and it really doesn't phase you, even if you have somebody looking in on you or even spying on you. A lot of times, this is the spy card. Um, but on another note, I feel like this is also having to do with your energy and how you're really transforming. And whenever I see this Page of Sword card, I really look at it as a transformation in the way we choose to communicate, the way we choose to express ourselves, the way we choose to display um, who we are, or the way we choose to show up in this reality, what we represent. And so there could be some shifts that are also happening in the way that you socialize, the way that you communicate, the way you connect with other people, the way you open up, because you're changing the way you view yourself. So of course the way that you present yourself to the world is going to be a little bit different. And also the way that people view you is also changing. And this is why the Six of Wands is here, because I believe people are starting to see that you're advancing. You're making these changes. You're rising above certain situations that you were in that could have had you stuck for a while. But now you're coming into this spirituality, this new philosophy, right? You're tapping into your power. I love this Six of Wands card because it does talk about this spiritual graduation and how everything is rising, right? You're really rising in frequency, rising in vibration, rising in consciousness. Excuse me. So you're taking on this new approach moving forward into your new life, and really beginning to walk away from that older energy and walk into creation, co-creating with the universe, completing a certain cycle. Definitely. You also carry a certain information. I don't know if I said that before, but there has been some information that has been downloaded to you. You have received some downloads, which is really causing this shift in perception, really causing this movement in your internal world and external world. All right, over here we do have the Four of Swords clarified by the Knight of Wands. So once again, the Knight of Wands shows up. I think you moving into this new space is really bringing you a peace to your mind, right? The Four of Swords is talking about rejuvenation, rest, you know, being able to kind of see things in a new perspective does put your mind at ease when it comes down to the space that you are in, especially if you were in a space of the Eight of Swords before. So this movement that you're creating is moving from the Eight of Swords into the Four of Swords position, which talks about this rest, this serenity, this peacefulness, and also talking about planning for the future, seeing some things clearly and being at rest with the worrying about it or the anxiety about it or the fears about it. You've accepted and surrendered, and now you can take action because you're no longer like in between that struggle of fighting it or trying to see what's going on. Like I feel like you know what's happening now in your world. You know what it is that you want to create. You know what you want to head towards, and you know what no longer serves you. So you're moving into this new place. And for that, you are being recognized by the universe. You do have these upgrades coming in. You do have these changes that will be coming into you, these blessings that will be coming in. All right, let's go into your futuristic energy, Leo. We have the King of Cups. We have the Tower card. We have the Ten of Swords. And then we have the Six of Swords. So with the King of Cups energy here, clarified by the Ace of Wands. Can't forget that Ace of Wands has been popping up in almost everybody's reading. You could have been dealing with a water sign, or you could possibly be dealing with a water sign. Somebody that's showing up as the King of Cups. You know, this is a king, so this could be a more mature energy that you could be dealing with. This could be the energy that you're taking on too, though. Um, but this is talking about a certain level of emotional stability or emotional maturity. And with it having the Ace of Wands here, is like something is being relit or rekindled, or something could be a catalyst that's causing you to really catch fire in a certain type of way, or some type of inspiration could be coming in for you. It could be, in connection to this person who is showing up as the King of Cups. Or like I said, this just could be your energy. You're choosing to kind of like stabilize your emotions and listen to your intuition and be in tune, with another aspect of yourself, coming out of that logic thinking mind and going deeper into your intuitive emotional mind and finding peace within that space. And this is creating this catalyst for you. But like I said, for some of you guys, it could just be this catalyst that's happening around this person also, who could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, possibly. But there is some type of, if this is a person you're dealing with, is some type of like, attraction there, or it could be some type of reignition, fire, chemistry that's happening here, or just inspirational type of energy around this person, possibly. Um, right below that, we do have the Tower card. So, Tower moment, right? Something, some stark revelations that could be coming through, some epiphanies that hit you hard, some aha moments. Um, for some of you guys, it could just be a total crumbling of something, something that falls apart, something that was built on a faulty foundation that kind of falls to the ground. And everybody must jump out of this tower, must leave this thing that has been built. This is also, with the Five of Wands being here, it could be talking about some conflict that causes a tower moment. Internal and external conflict that is happening, maybe between you and another person, maybe between you and this person, or um, maybe it could be you in an environment that you're in, which the tower could represent the environment that is just like not matching your energy. It is kind of creating a conflict within yourself. And so if you've been in a environment like that for a while, then it is coming tumbling down. It is kind of like crumbling. It is going to be some major changes to your environment to bring you out of this conflict. All right. Yeah, we have the Ten of Swords. So this is talking about a completion, an ending that's happening to a certain energy that has been very detrimental to you, very painful, um, something that has caused a deep hurt. And maybe this has been a cycle where you were feeling a lot of this, back to back to back, a lot of betrayal, a lot of backstabbing, a lot of disappointments, you know? But this energy is definitely elevating you at the same time. It's leading you to this judgment energy. Clarified by the Judgment card, this is deep spirituality, a deep spiritual work, a deep awakening that's happening here, a calling, you know, your soul's calling, your soul's mission coming into play. Yeah, I feel like this hurt, this deep pain, this cycle that you were in that you thought would never end has led you to this judgment energy, this higher calling, this awakening, taking you out of a certain slumber, pushing you to a higher form of consciousness. And this is a call from the universe for you guys, Leo, to really take your position when it comes down to what it is that you're supposed to be doing on this planet, how you're supposed to be serving humanity, how you're supposed to be healing or inspiring or motivating or whatever it is that you do. And I feel like something is happening where you're really tapping into that, especially with these other cards that I was seeing, because a new perspective is really coming into you guys. And I feel like it is your higher calling that's coming in. The alarm clock is going off. Like, okay, now it's time, Leo. Like, let's do this. And so you could have died a certain death, you know, in your experiences, in your relationships, in your environment, internally. The death card is here, so there has definitely been a certain rebirth that has happened, a transformation, and you have transformed into this new person with this calling that is starting to really reach out to you, that's really starting to, you know, get louder and louder. Like, Leo, it's time. Like, and I feel like a lot of you guys are answering this call, waking up to this call if you haven't already, or going deeper into your spiritual mission, your spiritual calling, your soul's work. All right. Right below that, we do have the Six of Swords here, clarified by the Three of Cups. So, like I keep saying, there is a moving away from something. Some of you guys could physically be moving from one place to another, because we have that Tower card here talking about a total ending or destruction to, a place that you were in. But if you're not physically moving, across the water to another city, to another state, to another country, this could be, like I keep reiterating, you moving or changing your perspective, moving away from one old way of thinking, coming into something that's brand new, something that has been forming for a while, a newer philosophy, a new way of viewing your reality. And this is cause for celebration. Three of Cups is here. This could also be talking about a reunion, possibly, or you reuniting, or just coming into union with a certain group of people, a certain spiritual community, or just somebody. But the Six of Swords does talk about a certain movement from an older energy. And the Three of Cups to me is something that's new, something to celebrate, something that's kind of like, a brand new start. Definitely, Leo. Let's see what's happening with your fairy card. We have the King of Spring, innovative, inspiring, wise, theatrical, a financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed now, an unexpected supporter of your cause. Wow. Were we not talking about that with the Judgment card? Your leadership skills are needed now. Yeah, so the universe is really calling some of you Leos right now to really step up and take your place, to really step up and stand in your power. And I feel like whatever situation you were in that you're walking away from, that it felt like you were giving your power away to, you're taking your power back, and you have transformed, right, with this Death card, into this new place of standing in your power, being self-sufficient, knowing exactly who you are. And this is really what your calling is about. A lot of you guys are definitely some strong, powerful leaders. Very innovative, inspiring, wise, and theatrical. So you could be definitely taking center stage in some type of way, whether that's on social media, IG, YouTube, Twitter, whatever it could be. You could be doing it in person. You could be doing it in your community, but I feel like you're being called into your position of leadership. And this is what this whole transformation has been about. This is probably what this whole cycle has been about for you guys, because starting in 2020, this is a brand new decade, and a lot of people are being called to really take their position seriously and to step into their calling and commit to it. So I feel like this is what's happening with you guys, Leo. I'm going to leave it right there. Hopefully that resonated with you. Um, Yeah, if it did, definitely like, share, subscribe, comment on the channel. I appreciate you, Leos, for always coming out and showing support, and I will see you in the next reading.